Hi, my name's Julius and welcome to Tyrrell's Reef. Along with Cinders the cat, who's warming her feet against the glass. You enjoying yourself there? So I've been in the hobby since 2014. Started off with marine and went from there really. So when I bought this tank into this house, all the seams were renewed, or virtually all of them, all the four corners at least. It's a really old tank. It's an old aquarium tank. It's built like a brick. It's built like a tank. Yeah, it's been through quite a few moves. So I decided to reseal the seams. Only because I've watched other videos and seen, I know how much tragedy is when the seam does go, it just floods the whole house. And with nigh on, I think it's 500 litres here. Yeah, I didn't want 500 litres of water on the floor after a move, so that's why I decided to reseal the seams. The tank was set up with natural seawater. Yep, so all the rock was from my old setup. I bought Carib Sea sand and then went down the harbour and got some seawater, and so this is natural seawater. From there I used to do water changes once a month, but now, because I'm on modern reef, I don't really do any water changes, only apart from when I start fragging and water gets sort of drained out that way. I replenish it obviously with Red Sea, but yeah, everything seems happy. Is my tank perfect? No, I am suffering with some cyanobacteria. I think most tanks are nowadays. Got a bit in the rock there. I used to get it all over the sand here, but since changing over to modern reef, my tank has been more stable. I've got a bit frag standers over, it's tipped over there, but you can see some cyanos built up underneath. Where I've got this gigantic SPS that used to be sitting up here. I've sat him down here and he's rehoming, but where there's no water flow or hardly any, right in there, I've got some cyano there. But I must say, there's some up and down rocks as well, but apart from that, in the last few months, my sand bed has really improved. Saltwater parameters, that's the burning question everyone wants, isn't it? So salt salinity 1.026, I choose to keep it just on that higher side. Temperature, my stats are set to 25.5 to 25.5 to 26. I have got a chiller hooked up to this only in the summer for short periods of time. Yeah, going back to parameters, nitrate, last time I tested, which was about a month ago, was about 19 ppm. Phosphate, that crept up to 0.2. Now at 0.2 phosphate, but if you look, I think because my tank has become more stable, I'm not seeing any issues, to be honest. So if it isn't broken, don't fix it. Saying that, I have cut back on my feeding. I don't want to know algae outbreaks. I have cut back on the feeding. just to bring it back in check a little bit. Where are we? So magnesium is really high due to my own mistake I had in the summer when I was dosing magnesium. That is 1500, just under. It is slowly dropping, but I'm noticing, I'm not really noticing any effects really. So we've got calcium 420 to 425. I think that was it. Yeah, but it all looks good. Alkalinity, that was the next thing. I'll take you through that in a minute. I tend to keep it around 7.6 to 7.8. There is a reason why I keep it on the low side, but I'll take you through that in a minute, and it will all be revealed. So, as regards to corals, very mixed system. SPS, LPS. Most of my SPS collection, majority of it, I got from a fellow reefer locally. I met him when I had marine velvet, and I didn't know what to do, to be honest. He came over, sorted me right out. Okay. In regards of treatment. To be honest, as a shout out to Grant, I wouldn't be in this hobby today, I don't think, if it wasn't for him. A big thanks. But yeah, he's got a lovely tank, and I'm lucky to have some pieces off of him. As I say, regarding corals, we got the green cabbage, I call it here. That's been with me for a number of years now. We've got the polyp clove. That's a lovely coral. I'm having some issues at the moment with polyp extension. I've got some red planet just here. Can't remember the name of this tabling coral. But over Grant, so I just mentioned, he's got lovely polyp extension on these, and I think he's got more yellow tips as well. I've searched for bugs close up, and I'm doing what you can see now, but I just can't see them. I can't see any bugs on there. I've changed my lighting schedules as well. But I just can't put my finger on it. I've got a coral over here that's got polyp extension. Now, I thought it could be fish nibbling. I think this one's called the butterfly fish. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've been told to get him out of the tank. I will get him out of the tank. But why would he not be picking at this coral? Why have I got polyp extension on there, and polyp extension on that one there? But the green slimer, there's very little polyp extension on there. Maybe someone can help me shed some light on this. My parameters are stable as they ever have been with Modern Reef, and I'm just going to be starting up. If I can find it, I can show you. I've just got this over Christmas. I've got it in the fridge. Some Modern Reef elixir. So I will be starting this very soon. I can keep you posted and let you know the results, but I would love to get polyp extension on these corals. I will aim to take him out. It's quite a big system. I just don't want to dismantle half the tank to get one fish out. I am going to go up to Happy Reef. He's got a fish trap that I do want to try out at some point. A big shout out to Happy Reef as well. We've just got a yellow tang from him, which I'll show you in a minute. He's outside in another tank. As regards to other tanks, so this system here, you would think I've got a sump underneath. I haven't. I can't put it out to show you because I don't want to disturb the cat. This system is pumped out to my man cave. So if you look on top here, I've got a pump in here with two float switches. So the lower float switch, when that gets too low, it will switch this pump off. It's all controlled by the apex, so that will tell the apex, look, the weir's getting too low, I want to switch this pump off, otherwise it'll just run dry. And if it gets too high, that float switch, the top float switch there, will switch the pump off outside and stop water pumping in here. So basically this is the flow out to my man cave. And if I go around here, this is the in. Roughly, God, I think it's about 1,000 litres an hour, something like that. Maybe a little bit more, I can't remember now. It's been a couple of years since I checked. Put that just in the water. Don't want it right in the water, so if I have a power outage, it'll suck half the water out of this tank and I'll have a flood in the man cave. So yeah, let's go out to the man cave and see what the equipment I've got out there. So here we are, welcome to the man cave. This is where the water gets pumped out to. So yeah, let's give you a rundown of the sump. So water gets pumped in from the house. First off, it goes into my Clairseas roller mat. I got this secondhand a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's fantastic. I have modified it. So the float switch in there, every time that fills up to a certain level, the apex takes control of it. So it switches on literally when it makes connection with the float switch. It switches on and then switches off when the water level goes down again. If the float switch gets stuck, there's a command in the apex here. Where are we? This is an old pad that I've just got for monitoring things here. So where are we? Float switch roller. So I've got a very simple command here, if it allows me to get into it. There you go. A very simple command. If the roller's switch is closed, or the float switch is closed rather, than it comes on. It waits 1 minute before it comes on, otherwise a float switch, it'll just be going on and off like all day long. And I just want it, when the water level gets a little bit high, it will stay there for at least a minute. If it drops below within a minute, then it won't come on at all. It has to maintain that level. So once it reaches its minute marker, it'll come on. And then go off again after that. If it's on for more than 15 seconds, if something's got stuck, it will automatically shut down. The reason why I done that is because when I got this, the little controller was buggered really, so that was a quick way around it, and it works really well. I've just made my 12-volt transformer there. And that's fed to one of my outlets from one of the outlets there, with which the apex controls. So the water goes in there. Basic setup. into the sump area. I've got 2 skimmers. This bigger skimmer, that's my main skimmer obviously. The reason why I've set this up is because when I went out to Modern Reef to stock kelp, my pH would drop below 8, and I really didn't want that. I've had so much success with high pH, but I needed to stop the kelp dosing. So I set this skimmer up here, and it has helped. My pH, if this pad will work, so that's a slow pad. Everything just caught up, look. It's a slow pad, but it just helps with monitoring stuff, or, you know, a quick glance. So my pH at the moment, as you can see, it very rarely goes below 8. Before I set this skimmer up, it would drop about 7.8. So it's made, having 2 skimmers set up, it's made a lot of difference. So yeah, that's the reason behind that. So from here, I've got a pump. This pump here pumps water back to the house. Also, it's supplying my frag tank over here. This is just an overflow tank, so the water goes in here first. This is not really used at the moment. It's just got a couple of bits in there, and it overflows into this frag tank here. At the moment, I've got a new coral there. Shout out to Happy Reef in Canterbury, and they supplied me with this lovely fellow to replace the yellow tang that I lost when I had marine velvet. They supplied me, they've been quarantined, so they supplied me with the yellow tang and the 2 clowns. The yellow tang has grown lots since I've had him. He's absolutely tiny, but he's doing really well. And in January, he'll be going into the main display. So water parameters, what do I use? I've been through them all. I still use the Cellophate test kits, and if you're a beginner, get yourself some. Honestly, the amount of beginners out there that don't test, you've just got to get yourself some basic test equipment. Forget about the expensive stuff for a minute and just start testing. I still use these, obviously, to double check the equipment for their calibration. I also use my Hannah testers as well. They have been very reliable. I use the Hannah for nitrate, and I have got a calcium one, but I do that by the Cellophate test kit. For phosphate, that's the other one I got there. So I've got the nitrate and phosphate Hannah. Very good. The reason why I use them is because with the Cellophate test kits, you have to hold a vial up and try and judge that against the background colour, and it can be a bit iffy. I'm using daylight bulbs here, and I always test under the same light, but I do find these for my nitrate and phosphate very accurate, and I'm not having to judge, you know, what colour spectrum it's in. So I do use these still to check them parameters. For my salinity, I've got my Milwaukee. Now this year in the heat wave, for some reason it's given a, maybe someone can enlighten me. I've had this apart, but it's given a high temperature. So that's what I'm getting, 80 degrees. So if anyone can recommend someone or where I can get a replacement temperature probe to go inside, that'd be fantastic. So onto the Trident and Trident MP. So the Trident, I got a couple of years ago now. It's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with these. I know you can see the aquarium in the background. I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, the Trident I would really recommend. It works faultlessly, to be honest. Alright, you do have to pay for the reagents. It measures your alkalinity, magnesium and calcium, and it's been working fine. The Trident MP, I wish it works okay. Would I buy one again if I was to sell this? Probably not. I don't think I'll have any second decisions. These are going to be both up for sale. So if you're in the UK and you want a pair of these, let me know, because these have been sitting on the shelf for a few months now while I make up my mind. The reason why I don't want to be using the Trident MP anymore is my system is really stable, and I was going from 1 week to the next, testing my phosphate, testing my nitrate, and they wasn't really changing, to be honest. And I was just thinking, why am I paying £62 out where I could be spending it off on my reagents, my modern reef. So these have been sitting on the shelf. Earlier this year, I got here the aquarists. Now the aquarists came into the UK this year. A big shout out to Mark at reef-keeping. He's in the UK. If you're interested, that's where you can purchase one from. I'll try and leave a link in the description down below. But I've had this up and running for, I think I bought this back in May time. It takes no reagent. I've got it testing every hour. The only thing you have to replace on this is the pH probe. Now, when you weigh up the cost of running the Tridents compared to these, I just thought it a no-brainer. So this has been up and running for, since May. I haven't done any maintenance to it. I have checked calibration just to make sure it's within limits, and it is. I've had to recalibrate it probably once, but it's been bang on the money, and it's been working faultlessly. It really has. I get busy at work, obviously, like all of us. We've all got family lives, so people get busy, the hobby gets left behind sometimes. This year in the summer, we went away 2 or 3 times, and my system was on autopilot, and I'll tell you what, this didn't miss a beat. So yeah, a big shout out to Mark at reef-keeping. But what I want to do, I will be doing another video. I want to be servicing this. And I need to do, that reminds me, I've got to do a software update in it as well. So I'll be stripping this down, cleaning out all the sludge in here, and having a look to see how dirty it's got inside. There is some black in there. I think that's come from the dosing heads, where it doses the water into the 2 vials here and then back out. Bear in mind, it's testing every hour. So from May, that's a heck of a lot of tests, but it has worked absolutely faultlessly. And I'll be doing a strip down on this, just to give it a maintenance, a clean, make sure the dosing head is not about to fail at all. The pH probe is still healthy, and I thought I'd be replacing that by now, but it's still healthy. So cross fingers, touch wood, thumbs up on that one. So that brings me to the end of this video. I will be, like I said before, stripping this down. There'll be other projects going on, which I'll be posting up. If you are in the UK and you want one of these, give us a shout. Either email me or drop. Best thing is just drop a message drop a message below, and we can go from there. But these are all working. There's nothing wrong with them. Don't forget, like and subscribe will help as well. That'd be brilliant. Thanks for joining.